The AirPods Max. These were released back in 2020. We're in 2025 now, and I still get questions on if they're still worth it in 2025. Because I did like comparison videos with Sony's, Bose, things like that, but I never just done like a just single, let alone video on the AirPod Max. I bought these right when they dropped, so these are still the lightning cable edition. Like, it doesn't have the USB-C, so yeah, I still have to keep a lightning cable around, but regardless, I gave these over to my girlfriend. And yeah, I mean, that probably tells you enough about how I feel about them. I'm not gonna say they're bad headphones because they're not at all, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna go over the full just review on how I perceive the AirPod Maxes and just how they stack up against other competition in 2025, because who knows when we're gonna get another iteration of these. Now, before I get started, I just wanna say I appreciate all the love you guys have been giving me. We have just been racking up subscribers and just all the love you guys have been showing me. I greatly appreciate it, so I just wanted to take the time to let you guys know I appreciate y'all from the deepest of my heart. Let's get straight into the build quality and just comfort of these headphones. I'ma say it. If you didn't know, they're heavy. Okay, just in case you didn't know, these mugs are pretty heavy, but that's not saying that they're heavy and they're just like crap quality. You can't say that at all, because when you take a look at these, they use some real durable material. Now, they don't use a lot of like cushion on the headband or anything like that. These little magnetic kind of like ear cups come off and stuff like that, so you can change it, which is nice. I can say whenever you have it on your head for like a short period of time, they're comfortable. But say you're going to like, say you're like traveling or something like that, and you're gonna have it on your head for like multiple hours. Now that's where stuff starts to get a little iffy. And honestly, I don't even know how my girl does it or anybody else that's following this trend. I don't know how the hell and why the hell you're wearing these to the gym. I understand that, I mean, you can wear it to the gym, but at the same time, these mugs are not water resistant at all. So if you get any type of water, sweat inside of the actual AirPod Max, which I have yet to see partially just from, you know, friends and stuff like that and my girl, then you're gonna ruin the headphones. These are really just meant to be for like at home travel, stuff like that. They're not meant to get all sweaty and nasty in, to be honest. With like the build quality and stuff like that, it uses just a lot of aluminum and just metal, just a lot of just good components in the headphones that make it feel really premium. And they are premium, to say the least. But just the thing about me is I'm all about comfort, baby. So if I don't have comfort, then it just won't work for me personally. I do like how they kept it pretty much simple. Like, you get this little wheel right here that's similar to Apple Watches and stuff like that. It's nice. Like the buttons are fluid. You only got like 2 freaking buttons. You don't have a power button, which kind of makes me mad. You don't have a power button. You have to put them in the little purse. Because, I mean, if you guys don't know, and I'm sure you guys have all seen the videos and you've seen pictures, it looks like a little purse that you carry around. Like, you know what I mean? So honestly, if they would have just given us like some sort of like actual case to put these in alongside with the power button, that'd be sweet. Or whatever way, it's just I just dig it. I just don't like how there's no power button, but I do like there's just 2 simple buttons right here, and they're very interactive. They haven't broken or anything like that. You have the active noise cancellation, transparency button, which is the same as like the parry button. You just hold on to it, it pairs, and then you have the little wheel that does, you know, skipping songs, volume up and down, turning the music. I just think like the buttons that they did on here are really nice. And just the my only complaint is that they didn't give you like a full case to help protect it, and it doesn't do a power button. Gotta have a power button. Now, sound quality. I think Apple would still, mind you, they have the H1 chip in here still. H1 chip. They have the H2 chips in the AirPod Pros. Imagine that. Like the AirPod Pro 3s and the AirPod Pro 2s, they have the H2 chip. These still have the H1 chip. But I can say confidently that the sound quality is still good. Now, compared to like the Sony XM6s or maybe even the XM5s alongside with like the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultras, like, I don't think they're on par with that. I think they can do better. But like for just normal listening, I think these are really good when it comes to sound quality. Like the mids and the highs are nice, they're clear. Maybe a little muffled whenever you kind of like listen to like the XM6s and the Bose and probably Bowers and Wilkins, all the newer models out there. Because mind you, these are 2020 version. Whenever they came out with the USB-C version, they didn't change any of the internals. They just changed the USB-C. They just put a USB-C on there, got rid of the lightning cable. Well, you know what I mean? So the sound quality, I can say, still sounds really good. Now, $500 good? I don't know. That's for y'all. That's for y'all to figure out. But me, I still enjoy the sound quality of the XM6s and or Bose. I lean more towards the sound quality for XM6s for my just liking, but the Bose I still think sound you know, I'd say they both sound better than these. I'll confidently say that they are a good pair of headphones that sound good regardless. So don't get it twisted, okay? Like these do sound good still. So you know what I mean? But $500 good. Now, to me personally, the only thing that kills Apple with their freaking headphones and earbuds and stuff like that is that they don't have a personalized EQ. They have the presets, but presets only get you so far, you know what I mean? So like, you gotta have a personalized EQ, Apple, for each of your products. It will just make the user experience much better. I know you guys can definitely do it. And I don't want to resort to having to go to like Spotify to change the EQ or anything like that. Now, as for the active noise cancellation, I think they're still good. I don't think they're like better than like the XM6s or the Bose, but mind you, these are like almost 5 years old. We're coming up on 5 years. Like, these mugs are old as hell. I'm sure they can do much better with the H2 chip put inside of these, or even if they come out with like an H3 chip, put them inside of these, you have even better active noise cancellation. But still, for what you need, I think the active noise cancellation is good. Now, one thing I've known Apple has done really well is transparency mode. No matter what, their transparency mode on not only their earbuds, but these as well, it sounds really good. Everything's crystal clear. Whenever you put that mug on, you're gonna be able to hear things around all crystal clear transparency mode, you know what I mean? So active noise cancellation, I think they can do better. Still good for the average consumer. But when it comes to like the transparency, I just think Apple does really good transparency mode that a lot of brands, in my personal opinion, can't really top. Now, Apple's been really known to have really good mics, especially in like their Pro, like earbud lineup, AirPod Pro lineup, and also the AirPod Max. I've never had anyone say like they can't hear me whenever I had these on, but of course, I've had to fit this little segment in there for people who are curious. If you want to buy these, you got to know what the mic quality is talking about, because you're more than likely going to be using these for meetings and stuff like that. So here goes a mic test now. All right. This is a mic test using the AirPod Maxes. We got some wind going on. Hopefully you can still hear me. As like all the other videos, we got like the little car noise in the background. I think kids are at school, so you're probably not gonna hear no kids or anything like that, but you can hear some wind going on. And yeah, I've always noticed like the mic good. They're never like too bad, but I want to do a mic test for you guys just in case you guys forgot what it sounds like. But this is using the Blackmagic app, and yeah, we had a little bit of wind going on. Let me know. So hopefully that gives you some sort of idea on what the mic sounds like. Now, like I stated previously, this has the H1 chip in it. The H1 chip is an older chip, but they still connect to my phone freaking fast. Like it's pretty nice, and then also like the head detection is all nice. But I do think if it had an H2 chip or an H3 chip that they're probably going to be working on in the future, then the active noise cancellation would be better. The sound quality would be, I think, would be much like lifted, I guess you can say, really clear, crystal clear and stuff like that. The bass would be less, how do you say it, like grungy. I think that's a word. If not, then that's a word I just made up. Shit, you know what I mean? But I just think that the bass would just be less like, you know what I mean. You get it. We need like some clear bass, make you feel it. Make sure that sub bass and that mid bass feel nice whenever you listen to it and stuff like that. I did listen to the Tame Impala with this, and I mean they sound really good. You know, Tame Impala's new album. If you haven't listened, go ahead and listen to it. But they sound really good with the AirPod Maxes, and I think the sound quality for how old these are is still good, being that it has the H1 chip. But there is one thing to note. And this is probably something that you have to put in account. When it comes to Apple products, they're really meant for the Apple ecosystem. So if you got an Android device and you got like, I don't know, like you just got all Android devices and you really want these, I'm gonna be completely transparent with you. These might not be for you. You might have to just go Sony, Bose, you know, Sennheiser, Bauer Wilkins, whatever that's non-Apple, just because of how restricted you'll be with these, because we're talking about settings and stuff like that that are only specific in the Apple devices that you can actually tune. Now, if you have like an iOS device and you work on Windows PC like myself, you can kind of use it, but the whole multi-point connection is where that starts to kind of like be iffy, because that's really what kind of like deterred me away from wearing these at work and stuff like that. I couldn't wear these at work because I'm on a Windows computer and I'm using my iPhone at the same time, and I had to literally take off the Bluetooth from my iPhone and then, well, not take off, you know what I mean, disconnect from my iPhone, connect it to the Windows, vice versa. Whenever you have something that has multi-point connectivity like the Bose and the Sony, you can seamlessly just have both of the devices connected. So once I pause on the Windows, and I can continue on my iPhone, vice versa. That's just one thing that Apple lacks that I don't see them doing like really ever, if not a long freaking time down the road. So if you're thinking about buying these in 2025, you gotta note that the battery life is going to be like, I mean, it's gonna be 20 hours compared to like other headphones on the market that is just 30 hours now, and that's almost like the standard nowadays. I mean, Bose came out with their second gen of the Quiet Comfort Ultras. They made sure that they put them up to 30 hours to match it with the XM6s. So that's just something you have to know whenever you're buying headphones in general, is paying attention to the battery life. Not thinking, oh, I'm not going to use this for 20 hours. More so thinking, oh snap, I forgot to charge my device. Boom, I got a little bit of extra juice compared to like something like a 20 hour, you know what I mean? Now, are they still worth it in 2025? Well, before I answer that, here's what I have to first say. Let's talk about the price value, okay? These right here, MSRP, $500. You can probably nowadays get them for like $450, $400, whatever the deal, whatever deal you come across, you can more than likely get them for less than $500. In some cases, less than $450. But I'm gonna just say for MSRP right now, you got these for $500. This has 5-year-old hardware in here. Now, I'm just saying that just for the sake of like almost coming up to 5 years and then putting the hardware in here in 2020. Now, whenever you have something like the Bose or you have XM6s, you're going to have much newer hardware in there with, like I said, better battery life. You're going to have more up-to-date drivers with the sound quality, better active noise cancellation. You're just all in all going to have newer hardware in there, and that's just one thing to know. Whenever I think about buying headphones, I think about future proofing, and if it's like if it makes sense to me. Now, for something like the AirPod Maxes, if you're somebody who's strictly in the Apple ecosystem, you might as well just go ahead and get the AirPod Maxes, because it wouldn't make sense for you to go Bose or Sony route unless you really want to, and if you're really interested in diving into other brands. Cool, they'd be perfectly fine for you. But if you're somebody who strictly wants all Apple devices, the AirPod Maxes are still going to be a great option for you. Like I said though, you're going to have that older hardware that's in the actual AirPod Maxes, even if you get the USB-C version. Only thing that changes there is the actual port for charging. But when it comes to, you know, like the actual sound quality, the active noise cancellation, shoot, probably even the mic, it's going to be a bit different as opposed if they come out with like a second gen of the AirPod Maxes with the H2 chip or H3 chip if they end up creating it. It's going to have better sound quality. It's going to have better active noise cancellation. It's going to have better mic, because that's just what happens whenever you have new hardware and an actual pair of headphones. But I got to give Apple credit. They created a nice pair of headphones that are, I mean, durable as hell, feel premium. They are on the heavier side, but they created a pair of headphones that still sound good in 2025, in my personal opinion. You can't knock them to say like, oh, these mugs are trash, because I personally don't think they're trash. Now, the only issue I have with them is it being uncomfortable for me, so that's just something to know. Now, in my opinion, is it still worth it? I personally don't think it's worth it, because you got all these other brands, because I'm somebody who I have a bunch of Apple devices, but I'm very curious on other brands out there, and I'm willing to try new things. Whenever you're willing to try new things, you start to experiment, you start to find out, oh snap, this mug, you know, better than what I have over here at Apple, you feel me? So I personally, just from what I have tried, I have yet to try like Bowers Wilkins, Sennheiser, all these other great brands that, you know, provide headphones. I personally rock more so with like the XM6 Bose route. If you want more comfort, go the Bose route. If you want, you know, really customization on your headphones and stuff like that, go the Sony route. But I personally recommend for 2025, unless they come out, you know, next week, hey yo, random drop, AirPod Max Gen 2, go ahead and get that. They're probably gonna be really damn good. But for right now, 2025, today in October, I'd recommend going elsewhere with like Bose or XM6. You'll definitely enjoy it. It's still going to be compatible with your iOS devices. You just won't have like that seamless connection whenever you turn it on. You know how it pops up on your phone, like the Connect thing? You won't have anything like that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to do a singular review on the AirPod Maxes. I'm sure you done seen a bunch of them, but this is from my outlook. You've seen a bunch of them, but you ain't seen Auggie G's video about them, you feel me? And I can say, if you're somebody who's in the Apple ecosystem, go ahead, get them with your bad self. They're not gonna be a bad pair of headphones at all. Just expect like them to come out with the next iteration of them, because I'm sure they're working on it. It's been almost 5 freaking years, let's be honest. But if you're somebody who's not opposed to going towards like a different brand, hey, go ahead and try them out. There's a bunch of good brands out there that offer really good sound quality. You're gonna get a bang for your buck is what I'm saying, dog. But you guys go ahead and let me know what you guys are rocking. I hear a lot about the Bowers & Wilkins and their new headphones. I don't remember, the PX8s or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head what it is. Let me know what you guys are rocking. I personally rock Bose for like my traveling, and then for like my in-office and stuff like that, I go with the XM6s. Yeah, I know, 2 pairs of headphones. Why? I don't know. That's just me. Consumerism at its finest. You can call whatever you want, but I jack with those two, and those are ones that I'm rocking with personally. Per usual though, thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day for watching me on your screen. Hopefully I was able to give you some sort of insight or value in this video to help you make up your decision whether or not you should get the AirPods Maxes. Just remember, full ecosystem, like you in like a little Apple household, go ahead and grab you them. They're gonna be a good pair of headphones. I think they did really good with future-proofing them. But like I said, be aware of that battery life, be aware of the H1 chip, be aware of those kind of hardware things that were back in 2020. But that's all I have for you guys, and I appreciate you guys for staying around, watching the video. It says like 20 minutes right here, so I'm gonna try to not make it 20 minutes for y'all, because I know you guys are gonna be sitting here like this, not knowing what the hell I was saying the whole time. So appreciate you guys, and we're out. AirPods Max. Got to give these right back to my girl.